So I came in here today with the quarterbacks, I'll give just a very brief statement, and then you guys can answer any questions of anyone that you have on the panel here, and I'm sure by the end of the Q&A, all the information will come out appropriately. So it was a long, hard choice, an incredible battle, fierce battle dating all the way back to winter conditioning. Winter conditioning went into the process of the evaluation. Spring football went into the process of the evaluation. Summer conditioning, and then camp. Nothing was left out. The available people to compete were, Tim Boyle, Casey, and Chandler Whitmer, and Brian, who's ineligible based on transfer rules, and he knows his role, and his role will be as the scout team quarterback, the look team quarterback, emulating the opponent's quarterback as he prepares and gets his timing down and helps the team prepare for the competitive environment. So amongst that competition, Tim Boyle, nothing that was going to prevent him in any way from performance, but with some nagging injuries here and there through this fall camp, it has kind of slowed his competitive portion, and with that, he's going to prepare for the games. He's going to prepare to help the team win. We will not hesitate to go with Tim, and expect him to go in and perform at a winning level, and we have no doubt he'll be able to do that. But all in all, if we can, we're going to protect him. Okay, he's a 4 to play 3, so that'll give us an opportunity to create separation as it relates to years between him and the other guys. It's the best thing for him and his best interest, and if it's possible, and I say that with great clarity, if it's possible, we will make that every effort. If it's not possible, we will not hesitate, and he's going to be ready and be diligent in his preparation to get that done. So the competition continued with Chandler Whitmer and Casey Cochran. And just to get it out without doubling back, Casey Cochran will be the starter for the fall 2014. And I say that specifically because I've said it in the past in here. We have key starters, key backups, and squadmen. Those are our evaluation levels. We do not have a key starter at the quarterback position. We have a starter and a key backup. And by the staff's estimation, and it was negligible in all categories, Casey has improved his physical traits to try to catch up to the physical traits of Chandler Whitmer. Chandler is still better in those areas. In terms of just being a player and what that means, you would have to give the edge to Chandler Whitmer. In the intangible area, leading, communicating, mobilizing energy, creating unit power and team power over the course of time, Casey Cochran has edged out Chandler in that area. It's an exceptional trait that Casey has, and through Chandler's work in his life, in his maturity, in his growth, he's made that negligible. He's made that a negligible difference. We could play winning football with either one. The staff, led by me, feels strongly that they both have pluses in their game. The dynamic of starting Casey with Chandler coming into play utilizes both of them as a plus for our sum total to add up to more, rather than putting a plus on the shelf, the intangible piece for Casey, and just adding one plus to the element. We feel like the sum total would have been less in that dynamic. And it's a great story. I'd like to we could speak on Casey, and I will, but just a quick story about Chandler. Chandler Whitmer, it's been well documented last fall, and really unjustly and unnecessarily. And I'm sure Chandler would tell you that and take accountability for his own actions. But the fact of the matter is, it played out on public It played out on a public stage. The dirty laundry was aired out into the world as it relates to performance and commitment and all that business. And last fall was a hard year. We talked on the phone. I laid out a role for Chandler. I said, Chandler, if you're interested in coming back, picture being the scout team quarterback, wearing a red cap and signaling to the other quarterbacks in the game. If that role would be okay for you, then come back. If that role's not okay, don't come back. You're going to have a chance to compete to get more than that. But at a minimum, be ready to play whatever role you want, whatever role that we declare. He said, call me back. He said, I'm all in. And every day since, he's repaired, rebuilt, and gained back the respect of his teammates. And he didn't have to gain back our respect. He just got it. He got it through his actions. He got it through his behaviors. He got it through his work. Casey, on the other hand, when we found him, I think, I'm not talking out of school, pushing almost 245 pounds, upwards of 20+% body fat. And now he's worked on that component of his game. So as one has worked on his tangible traits and the other one's worked on his intangible traits, the differences are negligible. But we feel like this is the best combination. We're going to put the games together, guys, to utilize everyone's assets. There's not a player on our team and coach or support staff in our organization that wasn't made for success. Not anyone here was created for failure. Everyone on our team and in our family was created for success at something. We don't mind finding out what that is and asking the people to do those things when they arise. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we do at all positions. It's no different than at defensive end. It's no different than at outside linebacker. And it's no different than at quarterback. The misperception in the country is that you declare a starting quarterback and he's a key starter. But that's not the case. It won't be the case for us this fall. And football's a fluid situation. So they know what we have to do to win, and they're going to work towards that.